It's been a hell of a year, and it's been a year that I'm not even supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be Raw Wrestling this year.
It is your boy Jackson Steiner. Welcome back to the Roblania Network. Today I'm joined by, in my opinion, the greatest GMT wrestler today. He recently acquired WRW. Please welcome the Italian Dream. How you doing today?
Thank you, Jackson, for the warm welcome. And you know what? It's great to be here. I don't know when this is coming out, but you know what? We just finished hosting DCW today, and I swear to God, when Jackson starts asking me these questions, I'm so pumped up. Today's been a great day. You know what? I'm gonna go into it now. I'm very sorry, but today has been a great day. I got my hair cut, number one. I went outside, number two. I mean, obviously, I have to go outside to get my
Holy
hair cut.
shit, he went outside.
Number three, I started promoting DCW. I get all these signings, and then beautifully we hit 40 plus people. And I, just so you know, I love every single person. I love every single person who attends my shows because that shows loyalty. And every single person who attends one of my shows, B's active, stays throughout the whole show, like Dewey, like Aiden, like Ethan, like Jake Ziegler, like Aaron Andrews, like Crin. Every single one of those people I respect so much because loyalty is what makes a federation so amazing, because you have those people, you can rely on those people to come to your federation every single week without fail, and I appreciate that so much. And also, I did ask my crush out live on DCW, and she said yes. So you know what, man?
Holy shit!
All confused.
Congratulations. Wow.
Thank you.
A very, wow, congratulations. But I get what you were kind of referring to, and that's something I wanted to talk to you about, so let's get into it. Recently, Italian people have seen on Twitter and on the DCW Discord, you've been a little upset recently because there's another federation who's been running over your slot time,
Right.
and you haven't been getting that many people come to your shows because they would rather go to that show. Do you want to?
It wasn't
talk about that?
Yeah. So it was kind of one show which I didn't plan that well. If you guys don't know me, if you guys don't follow my Twitter, I'm not gonna plug it yet. I had a COVID jab, and then I immediately went to host DCW that week, and that show was fine. But then next week you get this fever, and it's so horrible. And my vaccine basically, you know, it was kind of like I was like sweating and shit. I'm sorry if I can't swear. I'm sweating and crap. And, you know, like my whole brain was not focused at all. And I felt really bad. And I got to the show, people started exploiting, and then I was getting like 12 people, and I was upset. And I kind of made a promise to myself on the Thursday afterwards. And I'm pretty sure you'll ask me more questions about it. I made a promise on my Thursday that I would not stop at any cost to make sure that DCW provides the greatest content for people to watch, for people to be a part of, and that we are welcoming of every single person. 100%.
So, if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. But who is running over DCW?
There's a so, all right. If you guys don't know me, yet again, I'm gonna say the same thing because I have run out of things already to say. I am someone, okay, I'll be honest with you. I am someone who gets in beef quite often, unfortunately. And it's with people that I don't like. And it's with people who scam, or it's with people who are pedophiles. I'm not putting those on the same level, by the way. But there is a federation called EWF, and this federation, EWF, I used to be World Heavyweight Champion in when the old owner, Alex Monterio, owned it. There was a little back and forth between me and the current owner, Julius. So when he started owning the federation, I was still World Heavyweight Champion because of when Monterio owned it. I got my World Heavyweight Championship, and I was like, okay, well, I'll put resources into this because I want to make, GMT Federation. Let's go. I will trust Julius, and me and Julius. I've never liked the guy. He was always disrespectful to me. He was a twat to me. He was homophobic to me, and that's one thing that you can insult. I don't know, bro. Look, you can insult my looks and everything, but if you go as far to insult my sexuality, it's just disgusting. But EWF, what was it? Yeah, they started running over me. I got my World Heavyweight Championship removed, even though at the start they were like, "Hey, you can have it." And then recently they started to run over me. And as a person, that kind of made me feel sad. And I'm like, yeah.
I feel like anybody would be sad if that were to happen to them.
It just made me sad as well, because there were people like, I'm not gonna name names, but there were people who went to the Federation instead of going to mine. And yet again, like I said in this like rant at the start, loyalty is what matters to me. When people aren't loyal to me, it hurts.
Well, we'll talk a little later about some of the stuff you mentioned, but I want to get into it. Italian, in your UWI signing video, you talked about how in your early career you jobbed to people like Miz and Brutal Damon and others, and one day you realized you didn't want to be at the bottom anymore. Tell me a little bit about your rise in Pro Wrestling.
So I used to have an account. I started Pro Wrestling in 2012 under the account of... there was a few accounts, but the one that I started late 2012 would have been Lost Found. A lot of people for some reason still don't know that I'm Lost Found. And there's a lot of stuff which I regretted on the account. I was...
Wait, you were Lost Found?
You don't know who that is. I don't believe you. You don't know who Lost Found is. But, stupid new gen. But...
What the fuck?
I went to a federation which I really held dear to my heart. It was called RWWA. And I made a name for myself there. I was a 7-time RWWE World Heavyweight Champion. The federation was so successful that it was it went into it was one of the first RWA federations, I believe. It was transferred from a guy named Roblox Daniel Bryan, aka Deshawn, to a guy named Brutal Damon. Ooh, and that's when I went into the RWA. It kind of just slowly died out. Some shows hosted, and then it died out, unfortunately. But yeah, and there was another federation called ICW. That was where I jobbed out to Miz, and I also used WASD, even in up to 2017. I used WASD. I never used shift lock. I never used zoom in mouse when that was a thing, because I never wanted to change, and I feel like I feared the change so much. I was hanging on to past glory. And then everyone started to call me this. Everyone started to call me the ICW guy, and ICW was such a horrible federation. The owner was such a horrible person to me. He didn't care if I killed myself. I was going through a battle of depression, and there was one point, because obviously we were still using Skype, because it was around 2015, 2016, or whatever, however long it was, and Discord hadn't really came in quite yet, and.
Yeah.
I was having a battle with depression, and this guy was one of the worst people to me. People started calling me this ICW guy, and at one time, it just came to me. I went into RP for a while, and I won't discuss my time there, because it was mainly just me commentating for Row Zero Amazing Federation. And I went to the gym one day, or the dojo rather, and I saw someone who... they had the same hair as the original Italian Dream, which was the Robloxian hunk hair, whatever it's called. And it came to my mind that if I changed accounts, maybe I could become a force of good and spread positivity across the community. And maybe I could be someone else instead of someone who was who people wanted out the community. People genuinely wanted out me. I wasn't scamming or anything. People just genuinely hated me, and it got to a point where I was like, okay, well, I'm going on this account, and I hadn't revealed myself to be lost until it was around 2020, and yeah, it's a hard thing, because people. I went to WWE at first when Luke owned it, and I think I got in a gauntlet match. And I decimated this gauntlet, and then I went to, and this, it really changed my career. And to this day, I'm so thankful whenever I talk to the dude. I went to a federation called VDW, and GMT people probably popping right now because they love VDW. And Damien. And I started to win. My first match was a handicap match against Obscene Catalyst, who was the VDW champion at the time. I beat him in a handicap match, and in fairness, my partner got out quite a few times, so it was basically a 1v1. But Damien then told me, "All right, you're gonna become something," and I fought for the IC title, and then I became a 4-time IC champion. And we'll go into the. I don't know if you're gonna have a question about it. I'm not gonna lie, because my GMT career is the most scattered career you could ever find. The backstage politics, everything that I've done in my career is so goddamn stupid, but so goddamn amazing to talk about at the same time.
Yeah.
But It was the rise from realizing that I was losing all my matches, not keeping up with the times, to clicking and going, right, I need to invent myself into something else, and I became the Italian Dream.
Yes. Where did you get the name Italian Dream?
I went for it's been so long ago, it was in 2018, but I went for a few concepts, and I think, I'm not sure if it was like, I might have went for the Italian Stallion or something, which was obviously the Rocky nickname. But I went through a lot of concepts, and obviously some of them were beyond Roblox's character limit, I think. And I decided, okay, well, I'm going to be the Italian Dream, because that sounds like the egotistical heel. But also, if I wanted to turn into a babyface, you have the American Dream. So I can always have that kind of like backed up for me. And then, I should also mention, and then I found the song by MS Killer, and I was a big fan of MS Killer at the time, but I hadn't listened to his album, which came out in the same year. I think just maybe a month before I made the account. Oh, did I turn my PC off? Wait. Hang on. Okay, right. Okay, I'm fine. Sorry, my monitor went blank. Sorry.
You're good.
I found the song. At first, my theme wasn't actually the Italian Dream song. It was a typical. It was called Bushwick Tarantella by Kevin MacLeod, who makes all those like YouTube songs. But yeah, it was just a stupid thing, and it became something from a silly gimmick in RCW Outbreak into, okay, well, he's actually a breakout star. So yeah, that's the whole concept of the Italian Dream, I suppose.
I do believe in the past year you have become quite the breakout star in pro wrestling, not just in GMT but all around.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a year, and it's been a year that I'm not even supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be Raw Wrestling this year. I said I was going to retire. I was in a group chat with, might have been Ken, might have been Raymondo, and they both said, I was talking about like retirement, and I said, I kind of want to make the 10-year milestone, but at the same time, it's going to take so much out of me. And we are 6 months away from hitting that 10-year milestone, and then I'm gonna sit back and realize that I've wasted my life.
Okay. Italian, recently you sent out a tweet saying, "There's a certain reason to why I'm considered a high carder in road wrestling to some people. I don't step in the ring very often, very rarely in UWI. I don't fight because every single time I do, people are genuinely looking forward to seeing me get my ass kicked. Do you ever plan on maybe going back into the ring to a normal schedule, or is this where you see your career heading forward?"
No way I could ever step back into the ring full time. I don't have. I'm not particularly. I am kind of washed up, but I'm not. If you look at the GMT scene right now, I'm like main event in DXW and stuff. I'm one of the only champions in WCW. I was longest reigning YSW World Heavyweight Champion, and even then, most of my stuff was promos. I wasn't even fighting that often. But last time I fought on a regular basis, I still fight. The only federation I fight on a regular basis right now, every single week without fail, is United.
Hmm.
Now,
yes. Something that I wanted to talk to you about, but we've never really done it before. I wanted to talk to you about Zach the Saint. I'm sure you know who that is. Mm-hmm. In mid-May, you got into an argument with Zach the Saint because he said he's not ashamed of being homophobic, and allegedly screenshots of him saying the F slur, and he claims he has not said it. there were some back and forths about whether or not it was Photoshop, but now that all that drama is behind you, what are your thoughts on the entire situation?
It's so stupid. It was such a stupid situation. It was. I didn't want to get involved, but the fact is, he. How do I put this? He was a bit of a. He was a bit of an asshole, and he still is a very self-righteous asshole, and I will stand by that right now. And not only did he lie about the New Testament being the most accurately translated version of the Bible, there is proof, or whatever you said. He was talking about some like Bible, and he was like, "Oh, this is like scarily accurate," and I was like, "Bro, fuck off!" Right? And I thought to myself, why would the Bible contradict itself? I mean, given that it does talk about an old man rounding up one of every goddamn animal and going on a boat. I don't mind if people have a religion, but I'm allowed to have an opinion on their religion, and I'm not gonna disrespect people. If you are a Christian, I'm glad that you found something to believe in that you can actually believe in. But there is one thing: you should not believe in homophobia and how the Bible puts it, because not only is it proven that the book that he read was like, oh, well, a man shouldn't lie with another man. That is not what it says in the original Bible. It was a mistranslation on purpose to spread homophobia. And here is what it should originally say. It should originally say about pedophilia and how a man should not lie with a man should not lie with a boy. Because that's pedophilia. So if you want to talk about all this shit where you're like, in the Bible, like, no. In the Bible, okay, you can't use that as a defense to go out there and say, well, actually, I'm not ashamed to be homophobic. You can't use that. His whole structure of his argument, and Zach, honestly, is the most shadiest person I know. I literally considered downloading a message logger because he deleted his messages with me. So half of my conversation is just me talking to my goddamn fucking self. But at the end of the day, all right, I just, with a burning passion in my heart, I hate homophobic people. I hate homophobic people as much as I hate racists, and I want to kill every single racist I see. Fact.
Italian Dream 2024.
I will murder every single rapist. True facts. You listening to this? Huh?
I'm listening.
Whoever's listening to this, if you have ever, right, genuine talk, if you've ever forced a woman to do something that she didn't want to do, or forced a guy to do something that he didn't want to do, you should go and look at yourself in the mirror and say 50 times that you are a failure, because you are a sad, pathetic little shit if you have ever sexually assaulted, harassed, or raped someone. But please, carry on. I got a bit off topic there.
You know what? I'm not even gonna mind, because you're right. Preach.
Thank you.
Strong words coming from the Italian Dream. But anyways, recently in UWI, you've been on fire in terms of promo work and character development. Tell me about your shift from the man who used to always represent the colors of Italy to now being one of the top heels in pro wrestling.
Basically, the whole Italian scheme was kind of started dying down around late 2019. So I started to shift towards different gimmicks, and these gimmicks were horrible. Honestly, they were just crap. But I started to shift in SCW to the Godfather, but I still used the Italian flag colors, and I still used. I actually updated the attire, and I'm gonna get into a bit of a. I want to say serious, but it's also kind of jokey. I'm not sure if it's jokey. There was the attire maker who made my attires. It was a guy named Phantom, I talk about this guy quite often on my Twitter. I maybe like throw a reference to him. To me, Phantom was not only the best attire maker, but just genuinely a great guy. And when he was closing his commissions permanently, and I asked him to do my attire last. And we sat there for a good maybe 10, 20 minutes, and we said, okay, well, WrestleMania just passed, and we both watched WrestleMania. And we're like, okay, well, let's do something based off Edge's attire. We have the whole long coat, and we have, some intricate designs. And it had the same color scheme as Keen, but I think we added like gold or something. And we sat there and we also discussed gimmick ideas and how the Savior basically came about. And the Savior reflects on my backstage job in GMT, I'd say. In GMT, as of late, I don't want to say I'm leading the time zone because that's a very dicky thing to say. And I don't want to self-appoint myself as the leader of the time zone. And nor do I think there should be nor do I think there should be like a dictatorship leadership where someone goes, well, I'm the leader and you can't really do anything about that. Which is why in EWU, I held my hands up and I was like, all right, if you guys want me to lead, we can do that, but there's going to be no owner. And they all went, okay, you can be the leader. You can basically supervise us in the right way that we're going. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. And EWU so far, behind the scenes, we've worked great. There's been some hiccups. There was hiccups with the previous owner when the whole Ewan situation broke out and the whole Mia Ewan situation broke out, but I've already discussed that long enough. So the whole savior gimmick is about saving not only GMT, but you log onto Twitter and you go, you see another impersonation. Wow, wrestling's dying, man. All these federations are ending. DPW. I don't believe in it. You have federations like UWI, like RPW, like SCW, like WWE. As a matter of fact, WWE has been an inspiration to all federations, and I think every single Fed owner should look into WWE and go, wow, their production's really good. Look into SCW, wow, their storylines are very good. Everyone goes into UWI and goes, wow, they're so good at making their own brand and own part of uniqueness. Then it makes you feel as if you're not watching a Raw wrestling show. It makes you feel as if you're watching something like a TV show. And you can sit there week to week and go, wow, okay, so I wonder what's going to happen between Jackson Steiner and the Italian Dream, and the Top Dogs. Wow, I wonder what's going to happen between... great example. Caden debuted. He's UWI exclusive. And everyone's like, wow, okay, right, well, we have Caden now. And it's like, okay, what's Caden going to do? He's going to fight the UWI title. He's reserved for the UWI championship. And that's so beautiful because it makes sense. And that's what the Savior is supposed to be. It's supposed to make sense from a backstage role where I'm trying to save GMT while I'm trying to lead EWU. And I'm trying to make all these ESD federations reconsider their choice, go to GMT. I'll help them build their own foundation. Sort of like what RDW did, but I didn't help them, obviously. And have this whole united community. And if you didn't go to DCW today, UWI x DCW, the partnership, was revealed. And me and UWI are working together because we're both two unique federations. We have great creativity, and we're not, I don't want to say underlooked, but, people, maybe they should go to UWI. Yes, they should go to the UWI. And if you want a different GMT product to what you've been consumed by UKW, go to DCW. And the Savior gimmick is about having this whole thing where I'm obsessed, absolutely obsessed with my legacy. To a point where I'm so obsessed with it that I create this fictional facade where I'm holding all these titles, and everyone's going like, well, they mean nothing in EST. Why is he holding all these titles? But I'm so obsessed with my legacy. I'm so absorbed in everything that I do.
Yes.
It's ingrained into me, and it makes the Savior such a unique gimmick. One which is Joseph Connors-esque, Roman Reigns-esque, and Seth Rollins-esque. But go ahead.
All rolled up into one.
Oh, yeah, exactly. God, I need more.
You mentioned it as you were talking. You mentioned how the top dogs in UWI and stuff. Recently on UWI, you and I have been in a tag team together, or should I say duo, known as the Syndicate. And we've been feuding with top dogs. How do you feel about the storyline and all the segments that we've been doing?
Every single week, there's something which is unique, and the advertisement going into it is so beautiful. To think that I've never been on the. It's so stupid to say. I've never been on a poster of quite of that magnitude. I've had match cards, and people might not want me on a poster, but I'm on the UWI posters. I'm one of the faces, and that makes me just. It makes me also think about how UWI is doing all this duo stuff, and they're not casting it aside. They're making it something which is on the same level as the Titan Power or the Elite Contendership, or hell, even the World Championship. Like, all the championships have the same level of advertisement, but they're all different levels of uniqueness. Like, you have all these segments where it's comedy mixed in with seriousness. Like, Corbin and Jordan can start dancing, and then I can get on the mic and cut a promo about how respect should be earned, and how these people are dancing in front of me as if they're clowns, and how they're never going to earn respect. And I can go. I could go into a. It sounds so stupid, but
it's the hottest thing going in UWI, in my opinion.
UWI has lit so much of a fire in me that I don't need to pre-write my promos. I don't pre-write my promos. I never have. I maybe write some sketches down and go, all right, well, here's what maybe I should talk about.
Yeah.
But every single week I can get in that ring and I can talk about how, and hopefully I give promos which are good enough to satisfy everyone. But I can get in the ring and I can talk about how the top dogs are so disrespectful to an old gen, and people can then realize that I'm kind of justified, and a justified heel is what makes the best heel, because that justified heel, it's not what he's saying, it's the way he's saying it and the way he's going about doing it, which makes you just start to hate him. And that's why I don't get in the ring, because if I got in the ring next week and I just did a normal match, the whole mystique about this character would just drop, and it would go. And everyone, would be like, yeah, well, the Savior, not much of a Savior now. If you have this exclusiveness, which UWI are doing, and they're listening, and the creativity of A's is so overwhelming.
Yes.
It's just so week to week. It's so fun to participate in, and it's so glad that we're getting great reactions as well.
Honestly, A's is probably the man for indie pro wrestling right now, because the man's creativity is so above many others that you just can't really put into words how much he's done for a lot of people and how many careers he has elevated in pro wrestling. What are your thoughts on the man Ash A's?
Well, it sounds as if you're being paid to say this, but
I get paid nothing.
Jesus Christ! All right, well, personally, A's. As a person, he's my friend, and he's a very good friend. All right, he's just been always there for me. I've always talked to him. But as a host, he's given a lot more than what other hosts have in the past, and other leaders have of the independent scene. And if you look back on, all right, a good example is IWA. So there's this alliance which gets founded by kids, and I'm like, okay, well, kids, I'm like a little fucking puppy, like, okay, kids, Shinji, put these in. And I guess he listened to me for like 2 of the federations, and I guess, like, I don't know, there was like Ion or something and RWA, but he goes, all right, okay. And after kids went, there was nothing for the independent scene. It wasn't creative. There was there wasn't any initiative to start a federation because okay, well we have this federation, and then there's this federation which is on Thursdays, and then there's this federation which is on Fridays, and there's this federation, and no one really liked it, and then OWA gets created and something starts happening, and then now is helping all these federations be created, and he's helped even DCW. Okay, it's not just the EST independent scene. He helped DCW, got us new logos, and that it made me realize that I'm not alone, and that there's other people sharing the passion that I love. And if Ace can do that with me, who is broken down, depressed every single goddamn day, then Jesus Christ, he must be amazing.
Somebody needs to give Ashes a hug. He works too hard.
I'll go fly over. I'll go give him a hug.
Come over from the UK. Now we're gonna get into a little touchy subject, I guess. Italian, you put on a brave face in the community. You're a top heel in UWI, and that give no fucks attitude really helps with your career. But pro wrestling takes a toll on a lot of people, and one way it can affect you is by your mental health. On June 9th, you sent out a tweet saying, "I'm done with this fucking community and all I put into it and receive nothing at all. To put my mental health and physical health on the line for people to walk on me and treat me like crap. I showed loyalty and got nothing in return. I can't mentally do this every week. Plans ruined because of exploiters, because of trolls, because of people running me over." Shit, hold on. Yeah. 3 shows in a row have been exploited. 3. All my weekly shows. Do you know how that makes me feel? Like trash. Before we get into that first part of the quote, pro wrestlers don't fully comprehend what Fed owners do and what they go through with the trolling and the exploiting. How hard is it to truly be a Fed owner, and why some Fed owners don't get the proper respect that they are deserved?
If you're a Fed owner and you want if you plan out every single week, and you have this beautiful vision in your head, and you constantly tell yourself, and sometimes the return show for DCW, I was genuinely looking forward to. And I sent out a tweet which didn't get much attraction, but it's okay because my Twitter gets suspended every 50 seconds. But it was something like, what was it? I put out a tweet on how the return show of Overload, the Monday of that week, I was contemplating suicide, and it was a bit of a dark time for me, and it still is. I'm not getting the help. I'm trying to get the help, but as a Fed owner, if you spend hours of your day, and genuinely hours of my day, I spent all of Wednesday making sure that the show went according to plan up to the actual event, and then for 12 people to show up, and for half of my pre-booked people to go to a different federation, and it's a good thing would be like a good metaphor, simile would be like going or being a fan of a football club in the UK, which is a soccer, I guess, for US people.
Yeah.
Being a fan of a soccer club every single week and going, all right, it's game time. All right, let's go. And then you have your whole week planned. You're gonna get the face paint of your whole country, or like, yeah, if you're supporting a country in the Euros, I'm supporting Italy because of course I am. I want Italy to win, and they're through. Let's go. Come on, Italy. Let's go. And I could go through the whole hassle of getting my makeup done and days on end waiting and looking at all the interviews and just mentally hyping myself up. And then we get trounced 7-0, like Brazil did in 2014 World Cup by Germany. It was like 7-1 or whatever.
Yeah.
And you saw those people in Brazil in 2014 just crying. And I wasn't to a point where I was crying, but I was certainly to a point where I was just physically, I left.
Disappointment was an understatement.
It was really disappointing, and I And though I was like in a call, and I just straight up left, and I laid in my bed, and I was like, Jesus Christ. After that show, and I was just so upset with myself because I thought I hadn't put enough work in. And then, like I said, on that Thursday, I made a vow to myself to never give up and to every single day be better than the last. And I do that. And today has been such a great day for me. And tomorrow, for example, alright, so I also did my garden. So tomorrow I have to go out, and a few things broke whilst I was doing it, but it's okay. So it's okay, because I'm going to go out tomorrow. I have inspiration to go out tomorrow now. To I think I might go to McDonald's, to be fair, but I'm also going to go to the I don't even know what it's called, but it's like a massive ass garden shop. So I'm just going to go in there, get some stuff for my garden. I'm going to sit down I'm going to do some garden work. I'm going to sit down on that Thursday. I'm going to relax in the beautiful sun, and I'm going to realize that every single day I'm getting better. And okay, well, Thursday's my day off because Jesus Christ, please, I just hosted. Thank you, but DCW Wednesday, Thursday's my day off. I'm going to relax in my garden. I'm going to play some games, and I'm going to feel great mentally, because as soon as the show goes well mentally, I can come onto an interview and go, yeah, come on, let's go. I can ask my crush out or whatever. I get 40 plus people. Let's go. I'm gonna have. I'm gonna give you all Robux or something. Like, yeah, I'm feeling great. But
Italian, in case you've not said it enough, I do believe you work really fucking hard with DCW and everything that you're doing. So so good job to you.
Dropping a free arena soon, as soon as I make it. Hopefully.
Nice.
It's going crap right now. I tried making it just before the show yesterday. What am I talking about? What's going on? I tried like working on it. It was crap, but I'm still trying to work on it.
Well, I was gonna talk about the other part, but we might later. I don't know. But Italian, you run one of the top GMT federations, DCW, and ever since I've looked into your feds, some say that your roster is half GMT and half EST and CST. Do you think non-GMT will take over your roster?
I often thought that when I moved time slots from my Tuesday to my Wednesday. I was like, you know what, this is going to turn into a more EST federation, especially with summertime coming. Everyone's going to go out of school. Right now, my two world champions are both EST. Dewey is my Legends champion. He's also EST. Ripper Payne is my Internet champion. He's GMT. Ethan Saber Jr. is EST.
Fucking prick.
He's my new Zero Gravity champion. Congratulations to Ethan if you're watching. Well done on that amazing win today. Aiden cried after that. I hope you know that. I was in Culloden.
Damn.
Well, what else is that? There's the non-stop championship. Who's currently? Sorry, that's me. I'm talking out my ass. I'm the non-stop champion because I need more belts. It's a scripted title. Just before you say, I'm not booking myself for like my titles. It's a scripted title, and the person I wanted to show up did show up for the second fucking weekend. But you know, I and like sorry, my challenge is Chris Apoff's challenging for the World Heavyweight Championship. He's EST. Jake Ziegler's challenging for the DCW Championship as a moth in my room. Hang on.
Did you just say a moth is in your room?
There's a moth in my room. You spread all over my wall. Oh no. I'll clean it up later. But yeah,
that's gonna leave a mark.
It did leave a mark, unfortunately. I can't help but look at it now. Anyways, I have Jake Ziegler as my GMT World Champion competitor. But yeah, it's being taken over by EST people. I don't mind. It's great. It's great to be recognized for the talent that I have.
Nice. Very, very nice.
Thank you.
So a question I've been wanting to ask you. I don't think you've talked about it that much, but why did you purchase WRW?
To me, it's a great federation. it's a federation which I held dearly. I was hardcore champion, and then I became $1 million in television. And it's a federation that I didn't want because it was being sold. And when I say it was being sold, it wasn't specifically Ray's DMing me and going, "All right, I'm going to sell this to you and you only." He was trying to sell it off to multiple people, and I don't want the likes of. I'm not going to name names. Promise. But I don't want the likes of Jesus Christ. That moth died. I don't want the likes of people who run federations right now and they suck. Running a federation which I genuinely believe would have been a great federation if them ending early, going on hiatus every 5 days.
Something we don't do often on this channel, but shifting from road wrestling to road boxing. Italian, on June 20th, you're going to be fighting Matt Escobar in a 4-round exhibition. How are you feeling? How are you feeling going into this, and are you more excited to do road wrestling or road boxing?
100%. It's only because I've been doing road wrestling for 10 years. I haven't stepped in a road boxing ring since 2018, and even this is way different from the road boxing. I trained with one of the champions, Kenny Young, I believe that's his name. Kenny Young, who helped me train. He trained me, and I've not seen Matt. Okay, all right. Let me be real with you. I've not seen Matt in the gym. So, am I confident that I'm going to win? Yes. Am I still ass? Yes. But I can 100%. You know, I'm going to give it my best shot. And if I lose convincingly, I'm not stepping back in that damn ring for quite a few months, if Raymundo will even allow me back. But if I win, hopefully it leads into better things. And I don't think I'm anywhere near the championship scene, so I don't want to be in the championship scene. I just want to have these exhibition matches. I want to get used to it. And then when Raymundo and I feel like I'm ready, Jesus Christ, to the moon.
Well, we at Roblania, we hope we say good luck to you in your fight against Matt Escobar on June 20th. We hope you win.
Thank you.
But to finish off this interview, Italian, we're gonna ask the age-old question: is road wrestling dying?
Pro wrestling will never die because its legacy will always live on. What I mean by that is that if you go on YouTube, if you type in Pro Wrestling, you'll probably get Ice and Mercury's theme, probably recommended like 5 times in a row. But you'll also get APRW, RCW, RWU, ORW, TNX, UKW, VDW,
UWI,
UWI, DCW, EXW, all those. And I actually had a thought about this. This is so stupid, but I had a thought about this. And I thought, if I continue the way I'm living, if I have a kid with my beautiful
new girlfriend,
who, by the way, was waiting for me to ask her out, and I just did not, because I'm a pussy.
Well, she was waiting on you.
The guaranteed answer was always going to be yes. But I did not do it out of fear that I would get rejected by a girl who would say yes to me.
18-year-old virgin.
Not even 18. Whatever. Look, pro wrestling, dude, there's always going to be federations. People said pro wrestling's gonna die when RWU ended. It didn't. People said pro wrestling's gonna die when RCW ended. It didn't. People said the same thing when APRW ended, when UKW ended. I don't know. Some people probably will say it even though YCW's ended. And no disrespect to YCW. The federations are great, but it did not make. And it's unfortunate that it didn't make the impact that I wanted it to, because it was a very nice federation for the most part. And I'm going to say the most part because I had a lot of disagreements with them. I'm not going to lie to you, but I don't know. We'll save that for the Italian Dream shoots on GMT or something. I don't know. But pro wrestling, it just it ceases to die, even though everyone wanted to. And when I'm long gone, when I probably forget that this community ever exists, which hopefully I goddamn wish I do. When I move into, I'll probably still play Roblox. I'm not gonna lie to you, and there's probably gonna be like Guzma joins every single one of my games. He'll probably still join my fucking. And you know what? Hopefully, maybe one day, maybe in 5 years, DCW will have ended, and I'll be like, I don't know, dead. I'll be alive, and I log into Roblox one day, and just out of curiosity, I type in, I don't know, Gym of Tragedy, go to it, see if there's anyone there. There's probably 30 people there. See if there's any federations, and maybe there is, maybe there's not. Maybe the whole thing would have died. Maybe if I go to WWE 2K21, there's people advertising their own federation. But it's been around since 2006.
It's been a long time.
I don't think Raw Wrestling will end until Roblox ends. And trust me, with this $200 million lawsuit, everyone's going to go to Minecraft Wrestling, and I've already
Minecraft
trained. Come on! Former, what was the server? Can't even remember. I am a former Minecraft Wrestling MWF Yep. I'm a champion. That's what I am. And hopefully, unironically, I genuinely think that even though there's people leaving, like, I don't know, I'm going to be deadpan with you. There are a lot of problems with GMT right now. And GMT, people said that GMT was going to die. And shit, bro. If I let GMT die, I'm a failure. Because, people might look up to me and go, oh my god, he's the leader of Raw Wrestling GMT.
The savior Italian dream might be a gimmick, but it might actually be fucking true.
Or people might go up to me and go, wow, he's such an egotistical prick. He's abusing his power to get where he wants to be. He's using backstage politics, blah, 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 blah. And you know what? I don't know, Chief. If you don't like me, go fuck yourself. If you love me, give me a kiss. If you're if you're not underage. And I don't think that right now you can't, because what does dying really mean? Does dying means no one wrestles anymore? Do you really think that people, I don't know, like 12-year-olds will just stop going to Gym of Tragedy because, I don't know, fucking BPW or WWE ended, SCW ended, RPW ended? You think all those federations ending will really make a difference when there's, I guarantee you, like 50 federations that no one's ever heard of getting 50 players a show because they're all 13-year-olds? It won't matter. But no, pro wrestling isn't dying. It's just the main, I guess if you want to say the mainstream is dying, then okay, it's changed. And
indie wrestling is alive more than ever, in my opinion. I think indie wrestling is more alive than major leagues.
People don't like change, okay? And I don't know. If people don't like change, of course they're gonna say it's dying. But the only thing that I think is dying is people's passion. And that's what leads them to the result of, oh well, I guess Raw Wrestling's dying.
I'm bored.
Let me go play Valorant. Like, okay. You go play Valorant.
No shit.
I didn't mean to make that seem as if it was a diss to A's or Origin. But Origin did play Valorant. And I don't know, man. There's just, everyone's playing Valorant these days. Even I fucking play Valorant. I'm a hypocrite, I guess.
Dude, all the time anymore. Ace, anytime I get in a call with Ace, he says, dude, I got Orange and CA hooked on Valorant. That's all I'm hearing out of him anymore.
Well, hopefully he gets him hooked on UWI. Because, Jesus Christ, if that dude doesn't show up to one of my UWI show, I think Ace is going to rip his head off.
Italian, give a pitch to any Raw wrestler out there who's looking for a federation to join and why they should join DCW.
I actually wrote something down earlier today. Let me see if it's still up there. Nope, it's not. Okay, hang on. I did say it in someone's DMs. I said this to someone when they asked me. It was just off the top of my head. We're a GMT federation whose goal is to build new talent into Raw Wrestling by having unique divisions such as the Zero Gravity and DEAD division. DEAD division is our tag division. Our main focus is to ensure a quality show that all people can enjoy with a mix of comedy, serious storytelling, and overall fun. The production for DCW is improved upon every week, and the opportunities can make your career boost if you have proven to be loyal to us. We welcome everyone, no matter race, gender, sexuality, or religion, as we believe a diverse community is what makes us the best. And not only that, I'm going to pitch something to every single Raw wrestler. If you're a new Raw wrestler and you're watching this, you put on this video and you go, "Oh, I know Italian Dream. He's from APRW. I've watched his videos." I'm going to tell you right now. There's a lot of my passion has not died, but a lot of my passions kind of moved into okay. Instead of Raw wrestling, I kind of like I need to host now, really good. Otherwise, so as a Raw wrestler, my tip for you is to always remember to be unique. There might be a billion goddamn people wearing the same attire, okay? And maybe you can't afford an attire. Maybe you only have 10 Robux in your account. Maybe you only have 80 Robux in your account. And trust me, if you only have 80 Robux in that account, here's what you should do. If you really want to spend all that 80 Robux on Raw Wrestling, here's what you should do. You should filter by lowest the gear. You should look at stuff which, if people haven't used it, okay, use it. If it looks good, okay, use it. Go on. There's production companies like Raw Wrestling Shop for me. There's production companies like Roblania. There's production companies like Trunks, Rosie's have all their stuff still up. They don't produce any more stuff, I don't believe. But as long as you buy an attire and some hair, you look okay for now. Maybe you'll start learn how to make renders so you can make Robux. Especially you should do that. You should learn how to make something in Raw Wrestling so you start to make Robux. That's what I did. I started to learn how to make renders, and then I made Raw Wrestling. Well, I helped make Raw Wrestling Shop, and now I'm. We've made too much. I could, in fact, I have what 40 something K. And, I give Robux to my friends and all that. But my tip for you is to always be unique and to always don't overtrain yourself. Just think of it as a hobby and never think of it as a job, especially if you're a host. If you're a new host, never think of it as a job. Always make sure it's fun for you. And then if it's fun for you, hopefully it should be fun for everyone. If it's not, see what they want, do it.
If you could send any message to the Raw Wrestling community, Italian Dream, what would it be?
Stop explaining my shows, you fucking twat. No, I would probably say in 10 years, people might not remember who you are because there might not be the same people who are around right now as there were 10 years ago. 10 years in the future, rather. But maybe one day there's going to be a YouTube video that people will click on in Raw Wrestling, if it is alive in 10 years, which I think it will be. And they'll see your name. For example, people saw my video on Italian Dream, and they saw this whole RWA Chamber thing, and they looked at me as an inspiration to never give up, to keep on fighting, and always hold your head up high. Never settle for second place, but if you do get second place, don't feel bad, because you gave it your all. And hey man, we're all just trying to do this as a game. It's competitive, but still have fun. And remember to always try and make a name for yourself, but don't do it in the negative way.
And that is Italian Dream. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jackson Steiner. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. I am joined by Italian Dream. Italian, how do you feel about this interview, man?
Feel great. You know what? I feel like I gave some good advice to people. I will also, right now, because just before you're gonna ask, I'm gonna plug all my shit.
Go ahead.
You
Go
have
ahead.
the Twitter Italian at Italian RW Raw Wrestling. You have DCW's Twitter at DCW Roblox. You have the EW Twitter at EW. Okay, we switched Twitters recently, so let me just believe it's EW_wrestling. I suggest you guys check out federations like Progress, DXW, all those beautiful EW. What else can I plug? DCW. Wednesday, 7 p.m. BST, 2 p.m. EST. Since we're in the summertime, it's going to be BST. Remember to check me out on June 20th at RBC's event, fighting Matt Escobar. And also,
Ooh.
what else do I have to plug? Raw Wrestling Shop. I just got a DM from someone.
Don't forget. Don't forget to plug your. Don't forget to plug your sex trafficking job. Wait, what? That's part's gonna be kind of anyways.
I did tell you to never mention that. Listen, hey man, I do a lot of stuff outside of Raw Wrestling, unfortunately. I just opened my DM that I didn't want to, but yeah.
Thank you, Italian Dream, for coming on to the Roblania Network. I've been Jackson Steiner, host of the Steiner Section, and you're watching the Roblania Network. Don't forget to like and subscribe.